My name is Nancy Thompson, and I'm a 34-year-old marketing director at a tech startup in Atlanta, Georgia. Picture me sipping sweet tea on my porch, the humid air thick with the scent of magnolias, while my golden retriever, Rusty, sprawls at my feet. 5 years ago, my life felt like a southern fairy tale. I met Noah at a charity 5K in Piedmont Park, me, sprinting for my company's team, sweat-soaked and laughing, and him, this charming software engineer with a shy smile, running for his firm. Our eyes locked at the finish line, and by the time we were sharing lemonade under the oak trees, I was smitten. It was the kind of meet-cute you'd see in a rom-com, and I fell hard. Noah and I were married 2 years later in a little chapel in Decatur, surrounded by jasmine vines and our closest friends. We bought a cozy bungalow in a tree-lined Atlanta suburb, complete with a porch swing and a backyard perfect for barbecues. Rusty joined us soon after, our furry kid who'd greet me with a wagging tail every evening. Those early days were magic, Noah bringing me coffee in bed, me tucking love notes into his laptop bag. We'd host friends for ribs and cornbread, laughing until midnight. I thought we had it all. But fairy tales don't last forever. Lately, something's been off. Noah's been distant, his warm hazel eyes clouded with something I can't read. He's been working late, his phone off, and when he's home, he's glued to his screen or snapping at me over nothing. I'm left wondering if it's his job or something deeper. My heart aches with every unanswered question, but I push it down, telling myself it's just a phase. Still, there's a knot in my stomach, a whisper that something's about to unravel. And when Noah called me today, his voice tight, saying his mom, Deborah, needed to talk, that knot tightened. I don't know what's coming, but I'm bracing for impact. For weeks, I've been walking on eggshells. Noah's been acting like a stranger, slipping out after dinner with vague excuses, his phone suddenly password protected. At home, he's quiet, his usual jokes replaced by grunts or silence. I catch him staring at his phone, his face a mix of guilt and distraction. I've asked if it's work stress, but he brushes me off with a curt, "I'm fine, Nancy, just tired." I'm not buying it. My mind spins with possibilities. Is he overwhelmed at his tech firm? Is it money troubles? Or, God forbid, is there someone else? Today, my anxiety hit a new high. I was at lunch with my team at a trendy midtown cafe, laughing over avocado toast, when Noah called. "Nancy, Mom needs to talk to you." "It's serious," he said, his voice sharp, like he was holding his breath. Before I could ask more, he hung up. My stomach dropped. I mumbled an apology to my colleagues, grabbed my purse, and sped home, my heart racing like I was running that 5K all over again. Deborah, Noah's mom, has never warmed to me. She's a retired school principal with a knack for judging my every move. My cooking's too spicy, my career's too demanding, my house isn't homey enough. To her, a proper Southern wife puts family first, not her job. Whatever this serious talk is, I'm already dreading it. Back at our bungalow, I sit in the kitchen, clutching a mug of cold coffee. Rusty's curled up by my feet, his big brown eyes watching me like he senses my unease. The sunlight streams through the window, glinting off the granite counters I spent all morning polishing to keep my mind busy. I can't shake the thought that this meeting might be about divorce. Noah's been so detached, like he's just going through the motions. Maybe Deborah's finally convinced him I'm not the wife he needs. The idea stings, but part of me wonders if I've been holding onto a marriage that's already slipping away. The doorbell chimes, and I nearly drop my mug. Rusty barks, bounding to the door as I wipe a coffee stain from my blouse. "Coming," I call, smoothing my hair and bracing myself. When I open the door, my breath catches. There's Deborah, her gray hair swept into a perfect bun, her navy dress screaming Southern elegance. Beside her is a young woman, maybe 28, in a tight pink dress that hugs her pregnant belly. Her nails are manicured, her blonde hair glossy, and her smile smug, like she's won some secret game. Behind them stands Noah, pale as a ghost, his eyes avoiding mine. "Nancy, this is Lila Monroe," Deborah says, striding into my house like she owns it. She's carrying Noah's child. "We need to discuss what's next." Her words hit like a punch to the gut. My knees wobble and the room spins. Noah? My Noah? The man who swore to love me forever? I glance at him, but he's staring at the floor, hands shoved in his pockets. Lila's smirk grows, and I feel my heart crack. Deborah's smug expression tells me she's been waiting for this, proof I'm not good enough for her son. I want to scream, to throw them out, but years of pitching campaigns under pressure keep me steady. I grip the door frame, my knuckles white, and force a slow breath. My mind races. How did this happen? When? Why? But I swallow the pain, refusing to let them see me break. This isn't just betrayal, it's a public humiliation, orchestrated by Deborah. I can feel her judging me, waiting for me to crumble. But I won't give her the satisfaction. Not yet. I stand there, the weight of Lila's pregnancy and Deborah's words crushing me, but I refuse to let it show. My marketing brain kicks in. Stay calm, control the narrative. Is the baby definitely Noah's? I ask, my voice ice cold, locking eyes with Lila. Her smug smile falters, and her cheeks flush under her perfect makeup. Noah slumps into a chair, head in his hands, while Deborah scoffs, as if my question is absurd. Of course it's Noah's, she snaps. Lila's a fine girl from a good Buckhead family. Her father's a realtor with Monroe Properties. I force a smile, surprising even myself. All right then, I say, crossing my arms. We'll do a DNA test when the baby's born. Until then, Lila can stay with you, Deborah. Noah too, if he wants. The room goes silent. Deborah's jaw drops, her plan for a dramatic showdown derailed. Lila blinks, clearly expecting tears, not strategy. Noah looks up, confused, like he's waiting for me to explode. But I'm done playing their game. Inside, I'm a mess, hurt, betrayed, furious, but I've learned to hide my cracks in boardrooms, and I'm not breaking now. Let me get this straight, I continue, my tone steady. If you're here for a divorce, Noah, I won't fight you. But we need the truth first. What else do you need from me? Deborah sputters, Lila fidgets, and Noah tries to speak, but I raise a hand. When the test confirms paternity, we'll talk. Until then, I'm not deciding anything. My words sting, reminding me of the 2 years Noah and I tried for a baby, the doctor visits, the heartbreak. Now Lila, with her perfect nails and smug grin, claims what I couldn't give. But I won't let them see my pain. This is my house, my rules, and I'm taking back control. Lila moved into Deborah's sprawling Buckhead home, a place dripping with Southern charm, lace curtains, mahogany furniture, and family photos lining the fireplace. Deborah, obsessed with the idea of a grandchild, thought she'd finally get her dream. But Lila was no dream guest. She whined about the almond milk not being organic, demanded peaches with hot sauce at midnight, and complained that Deborah's prized family photos clashed with her aesthetic. Take those down, Lila huffed, rubbing her belly. They're stressing me out, and that's bad for the baby. Deborah, who'd spent years baking pecan pies for church socials, was floored. These photos were here before you were born, darlin', she snapped, her patience fraying. Lila's tantrums didn't stop, open windows 1 minute, complaining about drafts the next. She blasted reality TV at 3 a.m., then fussed about the neighbor's leaf blower. Deborah, who'd envisioned rocking a grandbaby to sleep, was now playing servant to a spoiled influencer. She held on, chanting for the grandchild like a prayer. Noah, meanwhile, fled to his friend Jake's condo in Midtown, dodging both Lila's drama and my silence. You're in deep, man, Jake said, cracking a beer. Noah just sighed, caught between his mother's expectations and my cold shoulder. Back at our bungalow, I found peace in the quiet. I told my coworker Sarah over lunch at a Peachtree Street diner that I'd sent Noah on family leave. She laughed, but I didn't spill the whole story. Alone, I savored the freedom, no cooking for Noah, no picking up his gym clothes. Rusty and I had the house to ourselves, and for the first time in years, I felt like I was breathing. With Noah gone, our bungalow became my sanctuary. I started doing yoga in the living room, the morning sun filtering through the oaks, Rusty snoozing nearby. I rediscovered old hobbies, painting watercolors, reading novels on the porch swing, sipping wine without worrying about Noah's dinner. At work, I threw myself into campaigns, earning praise for a pitch that landed a major client. My colleagues noticed the spark in me, and I felt it too, a lightness I hadn't known in years. Nights alone brought clarity. I thought back to when Noah and I met, young and full of dreams. He proposed on Tybee Island, the waves crashing as he knelt with a ring. We planned a big family, a house full of kids and rusty sparks. But somewhere along the way, we lost each other. Noah retreated into work and friends. I let Deborah's critiques chip away at me. Her voice echoed in my head. A real wife puts her husband first. I'd tried, but it drained me. Now, with Lila's pregnancy looming, I wondered if our marriage was a mistake. Had I been holding on to a dream that no longer fit? Alone, I wasn't just surviving, I was thriving. Maybe this was my chance to rewrite my story. One humid summer night, my phone buzzed at 2 a.m. It was Deborah, her voice shaky. "Nancy, Lila's having contractions. We're headed to Emory Hospital." I didn't know why she called me, maybe habit, maybe guilt. I could have stayed home, but something pulled me to go. Not for Lila or Noah, but for me. I needed to see this through, to face the truth head-on. I threw on jeans and drove through Atlanta's quiet streets, my heart pounding. At the hospital, the maternity ward was tense. Noah paced, looking like he hadn't slept in days. Deborah clutched her purse, muttering prayers she rarely said. Lila's parents, Henry and Clara, stood stiffly, their polished buckhead veneer cracking under the scandal. "She's in labor," Noah mumbled, avoiding my gaze. I nodded, taking a seat in the corner, my arms crossed. The air was thick with unspoken words. After hours of waiting, Deborah fetching coffee, Henry on his phone with clients, a nurse emerged. "It's a boy. Mother and baby are fine." We filed into Lila's room. She lay there, cradling a tiny bundle, her face smug despite the exhaustion. "This is Noah's son, Ethan," she declared, pointing to the baby's nose. "Just like his daddy's." Deborah cooed, inspecting the baby, while Noah shifted awkwardly. I stood back, studying the wrinkly, pink newborn. He was beautiful, but I saw no trace of Noah. My resolve hardened. "We're doing the DNA test," I said firmly. Lila's eyes flashed with anger. "How dare you?" she snapped. But Noah, to my surprise, backed me. "It's just a test, Lila. If you're sure, what's the harm?" I felt a flicker of pride, maybe not for him, but for my own strength in demanding the truth. 2 weeks later, I hosted the showdown at our bungalow. I chose my turf for control, my kitchen, my rules. Noah sat on the sofa, tapping his knee nervously. Deborah perched in an armchair, eyeing our wedding photos with a scowl. Lila's parents, Henry and Clara, sat stiffly, holding hands. Lila cradled baby Ethan, her confidence unshaken. I poured coffee and set out pecan cookies, acting like this was a casual Sunday brunch, not a life-altering moment. I held the DNA test envelope, my heart thumping. "Ready?" I asked, my voice steady. Noah nodded, Deborah fidgeted, and Lila smirked, sure of her win. I tore open the envelope and read aloud, "Noah Thompson is not the father." The room froze. Noah exhaled, like a weight lifted. Lila's face crumpled. "That's impossible," she shrieked, waking Ethan, who wailed. Deborah leapt up. "Nancy, did you rig this?" she accused. I laughed, sharp and bitter. "Sure, Deborah, I bribed the lab to ruin your dream." Then Lila muttered, "It's probably Jake's." We all turned, stunned. "Jake?" Noah roared. "Your buddy Jake?" Lila clutched Ethan, mumbling about a one-night fling at a party. "I thought it was you, Noah," she cried, mascara streaking. Deborah looked like she'd been slapped. "You lied to us? For a grandchild." Henry and Clara sat silent, humiliated. I leaned back, a strange joy bubbling up. All the pain, the doubt, the nights questioning myself, it wasn't Noah's child. I was right to trust my gut. For the first time, I felt free, powerful, like I'd won without raising my voice. The DNA test flipped everything, but it didn't erase the hurt. Noah begged to talk, showing up at our bungalow with a bouquet of peach roses, my favorite, and a box of pralines, just like our first anniversary. His eyes were red, stubble on his cheeks, a man unraveling. "Nancy, please hear me out," he pleaded. I crossed my arms, letting him in but keeping my distance. My heart still ached for the Noah I fell in love with, but trust was a fragile thing. There was nothing real with Lila, he said, voice breaking. It was one drunk night at Jake's party. I regretted it instantly and couldn't tell you. When Lila claimed I was the father, I thought it might be true. I stared at him, searching for lies. And Deborah? Why'd she buy it? Noah sighed, running a hand through his hair. Mom's desperate for grandkids. Lila spun a story, and she ate it up without questioning. I nodded, the pieces clicking. Deborah's obsession with legacy had blinded her. Why didn't you deny it, Noah? I asked, my voice cracking despite my resolve. He looked down, ashamed. I was scared, Nancy. Scared of losing you, of admitting I messed up. Tears stung my eyes, but I turned away. You cheated, Noah. Once. How do I know it won't happen again? He stepped closer, his cologne, my Christmas gift, stirring memories. I'll do anything. Therapy moving, cutting Mom out of our decisions. I love you, Nancy. Only you. I wanted to believe him, but the wound was fresh. I need time, I said, my voice firm. I'm not sure I can trust you. He nodded, defeated, and left, the roses a bittersweet reminder of what we'd lost and what we might still save. A month passed, and Noah didn't give up. He called daily, sent texts I barely answered, and delivered flowers to my office, which I shared with my team. I needed space to weigh my heart against my hurt. We met at Mama's kitchen, the Atlanta diner where we had our first date. I still remembered spilling sweet tea on my dress, Noah laughing as he dabbed it with a napkin. Now he fidgeted with his coffee mug, his eyes pleading. What for you decided, Nancy? He asked, voice low. I took a breath, the weight of the past year heavy. Noah, I've thought about us, where we went wrong, if we can fix it. Part of me wants to try, but I'm scared I'll never forget Lila. He reached for my hand, his touch warm. I'll wait as long as you need. I don't care about kids, Nancy. I care about you. We can adopt or just be us. I love you. His words hit deep, and a tear escaped. The irony, Noah? I wasn't jealous of Lila. I felt free, like I could escape a marriage that wasn't working. He nodded, eyes soft. We stopped talking, Nancy. I let work and Mom pull me away. But we can start over therapy, time together, no interference. I raised an eyebrow. Your mom. He grinned, a spark of the old Noah. She learned her lesson. She's backing off, or she loses me. I searched his face, seeing sincerity. Could I trust again? Maybe not fully, but I wasn't ready to let go. Okay, Noah, I said. We'll try. My terms. We move to a new neighborhood, go to therapy, and you make sure Jake steps up for Ethan. He agreed instantly, relief washing over him. We moved to a loft in Virginia Highland, far from Deborah's reach. Therapy helped us talk, really talk, for the first time in years. Noah opened up, and I learned to voice my fears. Jake took a DNA test, confirmed he's Ethan's dad, and now spends weekends with him. Lila got a job at a boutique, growing into motherhood. Deborah visits less, her critique softer now. As for Noah and me, we're rebuilding, step by step. Some nights, cooking shrimp and grits in our new kitchen or laughing over Rusty's antics, I feel hope. We're not perfect, but we're honest. And that's enough for now. To everyone who's followed this journey, thank you. You've walked with me through betrayal, strength, and second chances. If my story moved you, hit that subscribe button and join us. Every heartbreak, every victory, is a chance to start fresh. Keep chasing your truth, and I'll meet you at the table.